The Water Valley School District Monthly Board Meeting, sponsored by Bank First of Water Valley.
We'll call the meeting to order. Mr. Randy, you going to lead us in word of prayer, please?
Bow with me. Dear Lord, I thank you for this day, Lord, that you provide us, Lord, the beautiful sunshine. Even though it started off cold, Lord, it's turned out to be a beautiful day. I just ask you, Lord, to be the board members and administrators, Lord, as they make decisions for the Water Valley School District, Lord, they would keep you first and foremost in the best interest of the kids, Lord. And as we wind down the school year with only roughly a month left, Lord, you would just keep your loving hands on the staff, students, and administrators, Lord, that we can just ease into the summer, Lord, and keep the kids safe during the summer. And Lord, first and all, just keep you first in all things we do and all our decisions and everything we do. I just ask you to forgive us where we fail you. And I ask you all this in my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ's precious name. Amen.
Stand for the pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'll need a motion to accept the agenda.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor of the motion by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Moving on to the minutes from the March 23rd meeting. If you'll take a minute to read them, let me know if you have any questions, and then I'll need a motion to accept. Any questions? Motion to accept?
So moved.
Have a motion, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Jeremy. All in favor of the motion by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Moving on to number 4, Teacher of the Year.
Tonight's a special night. We get to recognize our Teachers of the Year for 2026, and it's always a tough decision every year because it could be so many, but we're honored to have them and some of their family members here with us tonight. So I know that nobody came to listen to me talk, so without further ado, let's start with the high school.
Sure.
Okay, because Vicky's done this before, and I don't want Bonnie.
I was there.
She's going to read off her citation for our
Yes.
Water Valley High School Teacher of the
Yes,
Year.
you can come here with me. Of course you can. So, first of all, Ms. Kenmore is retiring this school year. She has been with the district for 25 years, all 25 years with us. And we already know that special education is very difficult and challenging, but she has done so with grace and compassion and love. And so I'm just going to read a few things to you. Congratulations, Ms. Kenmore, on how you have quietly and faithfully shaped lives for 25 years in the Water Valley School District. Teacher of the Year is not just a title, it is a reflection of impact, of dedication, and of the countless moments that happen behind the scenes, moments that often go unnoticed but never unfelt. Ms. Kenmore, you embody a strong work ethic in its truest form. Day in and day out, year after year, you show up, not just physically, but fully present, fully committed, and fully invested in the success of every student you serve. There are no shortcuts in your work, no half measures, only excellence, consistency, and care. Patience is often spoken about in education, but rarely is it lived out as true as it is by you. In a world that moves fast, you slow down for students who need it most. You meet challenges not with frustration, but with grace. You understand that progress looks different for every child. Compassion is not something that you turn on and off. It is who you are. For 25 years in special education, you have been steady, an unwavering presence for students who need not only instruction, but understanding, love, advocacy, and belief. And perhaps one of the most remarkable qualities is that you never complain. In a profession that can be demanding, emotional, and at times overwhelming, and in spite of your own health challenges, you choose gratitude, resilience, and purpose. But above all, what sets you apart is your gift, the ability to make every student feel seen, heard, and respected. In your classroom, students are not invisible. Their voices matter, their stories matter, their dignity matters, and because of that, lives have been changed. For 25 years, you have not just taught, you have served as a mentor, a co-teacher, a friend, and you have one of the best sense of humors around. You are uplifting, empowered, you have uplifted, empowered, and inspired. You have been a difference maker, a champion, and a source of light for so many. And again, you will retire in May. Enjoy your retirement also, and most of all, thank you, my precious Kenny. That's her nickname.
We'll go outside for the picture
Okay.
later. Thank you so much. 25 years in this district. So
Yeah.
it's
In
really
special
amazing.
education.
In special education. So all teachers are angels. Teachers that
Yeah.
teach special education are just amazing humans. So here,
Thank you.
we'll work on just a little bit.
Thank you. I'm so excited because it could have been any teacher here, and I just appreciate that y'all chose me.
You're very deserving.
Very
I promise.
welcome, very deserving.
Well, maybe we should have gone first. I don't know how to really follow that up, but we shall try. Casey Baker has been named Teacher of the Year for Davidson Elementary School. It's basically because of her dedication, professionalism, and unwavering commitment to student growth. Her journey in education reflects both determination and a clear sense of purpose. She began her career as a teacher assistant in Charleston, serving from 2006 to 2012, before stepping away from the field to focus on raising her family. In 2021, she returned to education, joining Water Valley School District as a classroom teacher assistant at DES, where her passion for working with the young learners was immediately evident. In 2024, Ms. Baker earned her bachelor's degree in elementary education from the University of Southern Mississippi, and she was subsequently promoted to kindergarten classroom teacher. She now serves as lead kindergarten teacher, where she demonstrates her instructional leadership and a commitment to excellence in early childhood education. Ms. Baker has been a resident of Coffeyville for 25 years and maintains strong ties to the community. She and her husband, Craig Baker, serves as pastor. Well, he serves as pastor. Yeah, he serves as pastor at First Baptist Church. They have 2 children who attend Water Valley High School, Addie, a junior, and John Daniel, a 7th grader. And then known for her organization and preparation, Ms. Baker ensures her classroom environment is structured to provide every student with the best opportunity to succeed. Her love for teaching is evident in her words, "I love the little ones, and always have. I love seeing their growth academically and their little personalities. The little ones have so much love to share." She also expresses genuine pride in her work, stating, "I love my job here with Water Valley School District." Principal Lee Gray states, "I'm extremely proud of Ms. Baker and the growth that she has shown in the last 3 years. From assistant to teacher of the year in such a short time is remarkable, and it is indicative of the hard work she has put forth. I couldn't be prouder for her and for DES, and we couldn't have asked for a better person to be the recipient of our Teacher of the Year award."
That's everything. And kindergarten is, I go down there, I was in high school, and then I walk around and walk in there, I'm like, there's no way I can do this. So,
Thank
thank you, Casey.
Thank you.
Very deserving, both of our recipients tonight. So, you want to go, David?
We'll take pictures now?
We'll take a quick picture. We need to go somewhere beside right there.
We'll do
That
it out
sun
there.
is beaming down. We need to go this way.
Okay, you want to go ahead and do the fun
I
stuff?
do my fun stuff.
I'm going to bring your family.
Move on to financials.
Fund balance and district maintenance as of March 31st, $4,882,269.22. Cash on hand, And district maintenance was $4,546,533.14. We got our allocation. I haven't had a deep dive into it. He just signed it Thursday and I took Friday off, so, and these, well,
You don't ever take a day off. Well, good for you.
it's turkey night. Must, you know. And I'm probably gonna take off morning off this week, anyway. So anyway, we'll be starting to deep dive in the budget, especially, which of course we know all our budgets, 80% of it's gonna be salary benefits, so, and they finally gave us a salary scale for teachers and assistant teachers, and that'll be later on in the financial section. The only thing that's still in the air, we haven't got any clarification on yet, is the special education teachers are supposed to get more money, but we haven't gotten any direction on how, because there's a bunch of questions that have arisen. Like, for instance, you're a regular ed teacher, but you have inclusion kids that are in special education, so technically they've got special education. There's a whole bunch of unknowns on that, so they may be later on down the road, another salary scale for our special education teachers. I don't know yet. But we'll start looking at it. I'll start getting in the budget. If y'all approve the salary scales and the recommendations night, I'll have all that. I'll do that the rest of the week and be able to have a clearer picture of the road we're going down after that. While I'm here, have y'all decided, y'all three, which training y'all want to go to?
I'm gonna do some gym.
All right, so Jeremy is Ridgeland.
Alright, that's what I'm doing.
All right, Lucky Road.
Tupelo.
All right, you want
May
this?
second. Right, what was the date on it?
May
second, yeah.
Okay, so
The last section.
Jeremy and Joseph.
Oh, yeah, I'm going
All right, and I'll get you signed up tomorrow, and Rodney, Tupelo Rodney.
Yeah, we should do that in late, right? Get up, take that.
Thank you. I got my email confirmation.
Yeah, I did it today. I forgot when I was doing this. I said, I gotta get you signed up. So anyway, I'll get y'all registered for that tomorrow, and I'll get an email confirmation, so, on that. Any questions financial before we go into the claims docket?
You can move to the claims docket, there's no question.
All right. That ACT, that is for ACT work keys. The resource officers for the city of Water Valley, that's 3 months worth. They haven't billed us since December. So that's the reason that's so large. That Endeavor IT, our phone systems were going away. They wasn't gonna be,
Didn't update them anymore.
update them anymore, and the line that was coming in the circuit and all that we were paying for AT&T, that is going away. So it'll be a wash, because we'll, I think, have to pay a fee for the phones, but it's gonna be actually less than what we're paying AT&T, so it's not an increased cost. That excellence group, that is for some consultants. That one is for 5th grade science over at the elementary school. That English learners engaged, that's coming out of Title V. In the past, we had a retired teacher that we paid that would come in and help with where English is not their native language. She has some health problems and we couldn't find anybody to do it on a part-time basis. So that is money that has to be spent towards English learners, as they're called. Of course, that's gas and diesel. That was
Kenny Harmon was the
yes,
bleachers, you already said that,
They look really good.
right? They do.
They do.
Brand new.
And that Northwest Business Office, that is a dual credit. The kids pay that, and then we
Reimbursement.
them
It's most of it.
they pay for it, we pay for it once they finish the class, and I think they have to.
See or hire.
The see or hire, there's an amount that we reimburse, them for. I think like $175 a class, something like that.
Almost all of it.
I can't remember.
What'd you feed the band for?
That is, we're not feeding the band, that's for the banquet.
Oh, that's for the bank, we're good.
May 5th.
I was just wondering,
Yeah.
that'd be nice.
May 5th at Fountain Square, and y'all are all invited.
Okay.
May.
5th, I think it's 5th. I'll check on that, I'll send y'all an email. It's not May.
I think you're right, it's May 5th or 6th, because I had,
Last year, didn't it?
Real nice.
so,
May 5th is a Tuesday. May 6th.
I think it is.
Say it's the 5th.
5th,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I think we usually try not to have anything on Wednesday night, we can't do it because of church. So I'm saying it is, that sounds right to mine. I had Angie ask you today when it was, to see when he needed to check it, so.
Any other questions about the claims docket? If not, do I have a motion to accept?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor? All in favor, motion by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Moving on to 27 salary schedules.
Y'all already approved all the certified, so we can get contracts out, which when we approved them, I told you we felt like there was gonna be a teacher pay raise, we didn't know how much, you heard anywhere from 6,000 to 2,000, and it ended up being 2,000. But we hadn't approved the, non-certified, so non-certified staff is gonna be approved later on to get their agreements out for budget purposes. Anyway, the legislature gave assistant teachers a $2,000, they gave certified teachers a $2,000 raise and assistant teacher a $2,000 raise. So the assistant teacher and the salary scale and the teacher salary scale, both are just from last year's salary scale, $2,000 across the board. And so with that being said, all certified, that's where you can have all of them change. All certified staff, which would be administrators, Mr. Pickard and I recommended $2,000 raise for them, just reflecting on that, and all non-certified staff, a $2,000 raise, so everybody's getting the same amount district-wide.
I don't have a problem with that at all. Anybody else have any thoughts or good with it?
I'm good with it.
Anything we need to go over specifically, any line item, or everybody's good? So I'm out quiet tonight. So if not, I need a motion to accept the 2027 salary schedules.
So moved.
A motion by Rodney, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Jeremy. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Moving on to
Got everything else?
6.1, public comments. Thank
Public
you.
comments?
Thank you.
Does special education degree deposit?
Yes. It's 2,000.
Is it Tuesday?
What was the question?
The special education teachers get another 2,000.
I thought they got 3 total from the state.
It's 4 total, I think.
I was just asking.
We need to get Randy back in here.
I just wanted to make sure y'all knew. I think they might get more.
No public comments? On board update, Water Valley High School, Drew.
So this is the school board update that we do every month. This time it's got third benchmark assessment data in it. And if you look at the first page of the Water Valley High School, they were asking about since you're here, Randy, the special education teachers. Special education teachers, was that in there as well?
No, that's what I told them, we gotta get clarification.
When you go to that meeting.
Yeah, I'll know more,
Okay.
because like, I gave, for instance, that was brought up in our group thing that, you know, you've got a regular ed teacher teaching inclusion kids, and there's other districts that are questions, like, am I getting it, because I've got special ed kids in my class, and,
Thank you.
so that's what I told them, they had to come back and revisit,
Yeah.
have a special education teacher salary scale. But I went on in the webpage and the section, the code section, all that, and the only thing they put out is one single teacher salary scale.
Okay.
And at the bottom of it, what the assistant teacher salary
Gotcha.
scale.
Thank you. The board update for the high school, we got third benchmark assessment results. If you look at the third benchmark compared to the top left, which is our school goal, you'll see that in most categories, they have met or exceeded the goals that we've had. And reading and proficiency is right there. Math proficiency is above. Science and biology is close. CCR, which is the career and college readiness component now, is right where we want it to be. Same thing with growth ball and the growth of the bottom 25 in both categories. So the data right now at the high school is really good. You know, and I did the same thing last year, so I don't get too excited, third benchmark, because when we came back and they gave us the new testing company, our third benchmarks were much higher than what we actually got on the MAP assessments. So hoping that's not the case this year, but I'm very proud of the job that everybody's doing. We've had the best data we've ever had. We know we need it to be the best we've ever had in order to meet the new standards. Anybody have any questions about the first page? What about high school? Okay, we'll move on to the second page, which is the junior high. Again, kind of about the same thing. We're very close to, if not meeting or exceeding some of the goals that we've set. And these benchmarks were, you know, I guess like 2 weeks after spring break. So we've got a good solid 3 weeks to make changes and to try to you know, increase our performance. So very good data. Get into the third page, just gives you the total school enrollment, which is 400. Student ADA for the month was 89%. The percentage of students with 2 or more absences for the month was at 26%. Teacher attendance rate was very good, 97%. We had 4 office discipline referrals that were reported to the state. So, you know, we kind of see a drop off in student attendance later on in the year, particularly at the high school. Somebody have any questions about the high school and junior high?
So in all grades, you think, or just seniors?
Well, particularly seniors, they'll
That's
put a hurting on you as far as attendance goes.
But that's what I assumed. I
Yeah.
just wondered if it was through all grades.
And really, once they start driving themselves to school, you start seeing a drop off. Any questions about the high school data?
What is proficient as to?
So they meet a certain scale score to be considered proficient on the test.
And that's set by the state.
Proficient or advanced, yeah. So that includes proficient and advanced.
Who sets the goals?
We set the goals at the beginning of the year, and we actually set the goals before they adjusted the cut scores. So we'll go back and redo them again next year, where we set the goals that the administrators and teachers and I set them in order to get to a certain performance level. We typically try to increase that every year, you know. And I always tell the teachers, if you get a kid, I want you to try to get at least 5 percentage points higher for every child than they had the year before. So if you do that, you're growing kids, you know. Not all kids are going to be proficient or advanced, but every kid, I believe, that comes to you can be better when they left, you know, better when they leave you than when you got them.
So that reminds me, did Dr. Jackson ever get back with you? Because I didn't hear back from her either.
At the point, I'm just going to redo it myself
Okay. I'm on.
and just not write a check.
That's what I think, that don't make any sense, but okay. I'll ask one more time.
Okay. Ready to move on to the elementary school?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The elementary school board update, the first page, you can see at the bottom right, the end of year assessments. Top left is our school goals, kind of how we progressed throughout the year. Met the goals in reading, proficiency, math proficiency, met them in science, met them in percentage of growth of all for reading, met the goal in percentage of growth of all for math. Met the goal in percentage of growth of all, growth in reading of the lowest performing students, and then we're slightly behind in math, but for the most part, we've met or exceeded all our goals that we set at the beginning of the year. The current accountability points that we have at the elementary school, I have the elementary school at 395. Bonnie has them at a 405. The difference is 395 is the highest, one of the highest, is a C, and the 40 whatever 9 is a B. So I'm usually pretty accurate.
I know, me too.
For celebration purposes, we're letting her go with that, but this is the data that I'm presenting right now. So some of the best data we've ever had that I can remember. Again, we were 353 this time last year after the third benchmark. Ended up 331. So I'm not going to just celebrate and do backflips yet, but we still got some work to be done before we take the actual final assessments. Second page, again, is your total school enrollment, 591. The elementary student ADA is 94%. Percentage of students with 2 or more absences is pretty low, 3%, and the teacher attendance rate is 91%. Number of discipline referrals have reported to state is 4. So you don't usually see, usually the attendance is much higher at the elementary school, again, because kids are not driving themselves to school.
Any questions on the Davidson updates? You want to move on to benchmark?
This is the benchmark data that I provided y'all with after the second benchmark. Just added the third benchmark to it. And again, this is what I calculate and give out to the administrative staff. And it's kind of how we set our goals and we determine, where we need improvement, how well we're doing. But so the LY is last year, okay? It's the same group of kids as the year before, so it's an apples to apples comparison. So for instance, your third grade students that you see in second grade, they were 32% proficient in advanced. After the final benchmark, which they take the Case 21 benchmark for Master Connect benchmark, just like everybody else does now. And we did that trying to, wanted to give some accountability, have some accountability on our, teaching before they got to the third grade. So, and you can see almost in every category in ELA, the students have performed sometimes much higher than they were the year before, and that's how you see all that, the growth that we've gotten, and that's how you get to a 395, 405, and a 723 at the high school.
What's the 8 in parentheses on 10th?
So your 10th grade students, their scores are banked until they get in the 10th grade. So they take a test in the 8th grade, they don't take another one in the 9th grade. Their scores count in the 10th grade. So for instance, if they took algebra, if they took 8th grade math in the 8th grade, okay, and they took algebra 1 in the 9th grade, their algebra 1 scores will not count until they get in the 10th grade. So those are bank scores, but that 37 and the, for instance, 8 means that that's what they scored in the 8th grade.
And 8th grade,
Because
okay.
there's no 9th grade assessment.
Okay.
And second category is growth. A lot of good growth in a lot of areas that we think we need improvement in. We'll put extra effort in that, extra remediation activities. And the OV is your overall growth, LPS is your lowest performing students. I know might look confusing because you don't look at it all the time, but y'all get it now, don't you, after all these years of sending it to you?
Any questions on the benchmark data? If not, we'll move on to the band donation.
This was a donation we talked about last board meeting from Miss Alicia Holloway, and it's a $40,000 donation to the Water Valley Schools band. And you already see there at the bottom, Mr. Brown's already got it spent. He already. So we just have to accept this donation.
So we've already received it.
Yes.
All right, so we'll need a motion to accept her donation of $40,000 to the band. I have a motion to accept, Joseph. So I have a second.
Second.
Second by Jeremy. All in favor, motion by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?Moving on to 6.4, out-of-state PD request.
Our school counselors, Miss Brower and Miss Chantel Chandler. I know her by a different name. But they requested to go to the national conference, the American School Counselor Conference in New Orleans, July 11th to the 14th. So it's no different than us sending them down to Biloxi to do it. I mean, it's going to cost the same amount of money. It's going to be a good experience for them. Hope it's a safe experience. So I'm asking that you approve their out-of-state PD request.
Have any questions about the out-of-state request? If not, do I have a motion to accept it?
So moved.
A motion to accept, do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, motion by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Moving on to 6.5, fiscal year 26 school improvements.
This is just a school improvement plan that we have to get approved every year for the elementary school, which is identified for school improvement. And we're currently using it all for salaries and professional development right now. So we hired 2 assistant teachers that pull students that are in the designated subgroup for normal classes and work with them. So it's just have to approve the plan.
Do I have a motion to accept the plan for school improvement for fiscal year 26?
I'll make a motion.
I have a motion by Jeremy, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Shannon. All in favor, motion by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Moving on to position creation.
I'm asking for the addition of the following 2 positions at Davidson Elementary for the 26-27 school year. Another special education teacher and a kindergarten teacher. And this is just asking for additional teacher slots. And the reason behind that is I'll give you an example. 8 years ago, we had 110 kids in the district that were designated students in need of special services. Okay, now we have 194. So we've been on TSI, which is targeted support improvement, at the elementary school for the last 10 years, based on the performance of our special education students in English. So it's just so many kids that we have. Right, they need to be able to have the small group instruction. They need to be the teachers need a chance to keep up with the paperwork, which is extensive. All the meetings they have to have. If we're ever going to improve that situation in the elementary school, we have to have a workable, we have to have enough people to do the job. Okay, so we talked about this at the previous board meeting. I'm asking for that, and I'm also asking for another kindergarten teacher to reduce the class sizes in kindergarten. All right, and I think that will help with not only with tier 1 instruction, but also with interventions. We all know, data shows that smaller class sizes produce results. So in that most pivotal grade, kindergarten, I want to put that additional resource there in order to make sure that those kids get those foundational skills they need in kindergarten first and foremost.
So your request is to add 2 positions, a
Yes.
special education teacher and a kindergarten teacher. Do you have any comments, questions, or concerns? If not, do I have a motion to accept the creation of these 2 positions?
How many kindergarten teachers we have now?
4, and we need a 5th, right? We have, yeah,
You have a room, another
we'll make it, yeah.
So this will make a 5th class. Any other questions?
What's the classroom size between students right now?
You can have up to 27 in a kindergarten classroom, which is too much. So I think we're running around 22 or 23 right now. Is that
What's,
right?
do y'all know what's coming in?
Well, we know that we have 40 pre-K kids,
Pre-K.
right? And we kind of guesstimate that we'll have, you know, at least double that, probably more. So right now, the current kindergarten is what, 83. So split between 4 is that's a lot of kids to be, you know, working with. And I know it seems like a lot, but I know that there's schools that run.
Yeah, so even with 5, we're gonna have,
Well, I know many schools, and I can speak from experience on that, they run 27 in every elementary class. And then more with the waiver. Now, of course, I have an assistant in there still, but yeah, 27 per class is the norm in a lot of places. It's just.
so like I said, I know when we toured that you've got an idea of where this classroom's going. Does she know that?
She volunteered, didn't you?
She did.
We'll find her a good spot.
So you need a motion.
I need a motion to accept the creation of special education teacher and kindergarten, new kindergarten teacher. So, do I have a motion?
Somebody.
Have a motion by Jeremy, have a second by Rodney. Any further discussion? All in favor of motion by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Moving on to school board policies, section G. Ms. Lipsy.
Just like to say good evening to all.
How are you?
I sent you all whenever I sent it out, I put what all changes were made. Did you all have a chance to look at those and see were there any questions in particular? Because on section G, we were revising some, but on section K, L, and M, we just went through the review with the committee. So do you have any questions?
So looking at G,
Mhm.
G-A-B-B,
Mhm.
you're saying nothing has changed in it?
No, those are the ones that were
Those are the
changed.
changes.
These are the changes.
Those are the
G, A,
changes, what we did.
Have y'all had time to look at them? Do you want her to kind of briefly, did the committee have any questions or?
Did we need to go through them? Yeah, we
Yes.
met.
So the committee's recommendation is to accept them.
Yes.
Do y'all want to have more detail about them, or you gonna rely on the committee to?
Do we need to
Make a
see these or we'll
recommendation.
table them to the next one?
You'll table them to the next one.
Okay. So you're good with, you don't have any questions right now? Okay. On any of them? All right, then we'll table them to next month, and if we have any questions, we'll let you know.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Wilson. Moving on to number 7, board members report. Anybody have anything?
I went to the softball meet, the new coach did.
That was good.
Other than that, man, it went pretty smooth.
It was softball and volleyball today.
Yeah. I do have a question for Slick.
And then I heard his wife has come and met with the cheerleaders also,
Yes.
and they were excited about that,
Good.
the ones that brought it up to me. I was gonna mention, the chamber banquet was last Tuesday, and we got 2 scholarships that were given away to a senior, and Drake Mayberry got the Elliott Scholarship and the new one, the Zanger Walker Hart or Water Valley Scholarship.
Very deserving. Great. That's great.
Anybody got anything else to report? Moving on to number 8, superintendent report.
I'll run through it real quick. Last week we had our field day. It was tell me the sorority that did it.
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5. Sorority donated everything, worked it. It worked great. It was a good time. A couple things coming up. Sixth grade promotion. It's getting to that time of year where we start having awards days and all that. So May 18th at 9 at the Civic. They had already set this up before I got the bleachers fixed. So we're still going to have our regular awards days in the gym over there, but they kind of already planned it out. The pre-K is May 19th at 9 a.m. Kindergarten's going to be May 19th at 11. And state testing season started. We already did the 3rd grade reading gate last week and got all makeups done. Everybody's been through 100%. Good deal. At the high school today, Mr. Jones and his lawn public safety kids went to Parchman, which is always a good thing for them. Go and see that, and it's kind of eye opener to a lot of people. We ought to take all of them there and show them. 421, which is tomorrow, archery is in the state tournament in Starkville at the horse barn. I think they'll shoot at 11 o'clock. The 21st is track. So we've got a lot of things coming up. The 23rd of this week, which is Thursday, the band's spring concert will also be at the Civic at 6 o'clock. And then, that says 424, 6th grade. I think that's about everything I got.
Where's track at? Just curious.
The horse, they call it the horse park.
Oh, so it's in Starkville also?
Horse park,
Okay.
yeah. It's nice. It's like this big,
Is
It's a
that,
track.
it's a barn. Horse park is what they call it. It's like
well,
an
you said
indoor
archery and
facility.
then you said track.
She said track.
No, the track is,
Oh, okay.
Jackson, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, track is in Jackson, I think.
Okay.
Horse race in Jackson.
Okay.
Can't see what I can remember. I read something.
Well, I'm in Starkville Wednesday, so I was just, but you're saying archery's tomorrow.
Yes, archery's tomorrow, Tuesday. And that's about all I got.
Alright. I need a motion to move into executive session to discuss student transfers and recommendations. Do I have that motion?
So moved.
Do I have a motion to remain in executive session?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor of the motion by saying aye. Thank you.
You may have heard of us, but you might not know Bank First is a community bank that has no-fee ATM access, interest, and perks earning checking accounts, with online and mobile banking, mortgages for every stage of life, and modern business banking for businesses, small and big. We keep it all together to put you first. Do you bank with us? You should.
The Water Valley School District Monthly Board Meeting, sponsored by Bank First of Water Valley.